Hey now, how is it going? There we go. Come on now. Yeah. Woo! Well, the weather was a little off yesterday. They said that we were just going to get a little bit of snow, but I mean, we didn't get, I don't know how many inches we think, two or three, 2 or so inches, but it was blizzard conditions for a little bit. I mean, as far as it coming down. And then it got in single digits this morning, so it was fun going out. Making myself go out was hard. Ooh. That's some good stuff. Stream Elements is running. Here we go. Got a box in. I'll open it here in a little bit and tell you some stuff. Well, hey, Scratch. What's boogieing? John Morgan in Last House by the Edge of the Park, or what House by the Edge of the Park. He's boogieing. But there's 2 movies that I watched that not very good. This one movie that this came out on Blu-ray, I believe, maybe it's been a year, I don't remember, but it's called a Day of Judgment. And I really hadn't looked into the behind the film. Yeah, live unboxing, Scott. Live with a 10-second delay. But this Day of Judgment is it seems like it was made by a church or something, but I don't know. It takes place in like the 30s or something. I'm not really sure. Maybe a little later. But there's a bunch of people that just do bad things. This lady, this old hag, is just calling the cops on these kids from getting in her yard, which they wanted to get a ball out of her yard. And for some reason, they have a goat that goes out with them everywhere. It's a little bitty baby goat. And at one point, she poisons some stuff and leaves it so that the guy will eat the goat. The goat will eat this poisoned grass, and it kills it, and they cry, and sheriff's pissed at her and whatnot. Yeah, that's what I hear too. He said he liked that. Now, I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not, but Um, this was like a North Carolina movie, I think.
Yeah.
And there's a Reaper, a guy running around in a Reaper outfit, except he's got like a messed up face in some way. It looks like Doritos all over his face, Dorito dust or something. I'm not sure what. But there's another guy who's convinced that this one dude fired him, and I think he fired him for drinking on the job or something similar to that. And he's also screwing around with the guy's wife, and none of that's true. But he gets him at gunpoint, and I mean, do all kinds of crazy shit. But I don't want to ruin the surprise. But it's quite something. I'm gonna try to do. There's another religious horror film. If you, I don't even want to call it that. It's more like a student film, but it's called The Lock-In. Me and Dana have done a commentary for it, but to actually watch the movie and see what causes all the paranormal activity and stuff, it's quite entertaining in that. Okay, A Day of Judgment versus Gone with the Wind. Let's see here. Woo! That scale is kind of like way 50 miles in the sky for Gone with the Wind, and then on the ground you have A Day of Judgment. Now, I did take a couple of gummies that had some stuff in them, so maybe that's why it took so long. It seemed like the movie was 4 hours long, but it's only like an hour and a half. Darren says, "Hey, Dana." Hi, Dana.
Hey, Dana.
She says, "Hi." I don't know why I keep taking these gummies and watching really bad movies. Now I'm burning up, Dana. Can we turn this heater off for a while?
I'm freezing, but yeah.
I mean, this room was ice cold earlier because it's not a very well insulated room, but you know. Oh yeah, the other film I watched today, it's from 1980 called Cannibal Terror, and it has the most unbelievable cannibal tribe you want to see. I mean, they're pretty much white guys, and they don't even put shit on their face. A couple of the dudes, one dude's got a tattoo of a woman, like a modern looking tattoo of 1980, and then a couple of them had gold bracelets on. Like I don't know of any, and I'm not really sure of the location of where it's supposed to be either. Is it supposed to be maybe it's South America? Or it didn't really give you it is awful. It's quite, and a couple things happen where it doesn't make, there's no, you know, they got two people tied to these poles, and the woman is already dead, and we never see who killed her or how they killed her. But of course now they're going to rip her open and eat. The thing that's really disgusting about the movie to me is they're using real animal intestines and gobbledygook, hearts and spleens, but other than that, it's ridiculously boring. And so it's just too bad. Two bad movies. I watched since it was snowing, was going to watch it last night, but I watched Cold Prey from Norway. I think that's a really underrated slasher movie. And then it's got a sequel that's pretty cool too. I think I read, I don't know, it's been a while, but I read somewhere where it's kind of if they didn't do it, it's basically an homage to Halloween 2, because a lot of it takes place in this very rural hospital. that's pretty much abandoned, or at least getting shut down. And this is, how it goes, But yeah, it's definitely a movie to watch when the snow's going crazy outside. All right, so Boo Boo came in today, and it was set out in the outside for about an hour or two, chilling.
Yeah, and they just threw it in the snow porch.
Definitely, it's got some great artwork. But, so, yeah, Cold Prey is good. The third one is a kind of a prequel. But I'll be honest, I've tried to watch it, but, whatever reason, I don't recall ever watching it all the way live. So, Sister of Ursula has always been a favorite since I got it. I still have the DVD. I got Barbara Magoff to sign it. She didn't seem too pleased. I guess maybe she wasn't too happy with the movie or how she did. Hey, Brad. Thank you, sir. My wife bought it for me. She's being nice. So this is the one I watched recently. Go for it. This is based upon the Monster of Venice. No, not Monster of Venice. Florence. There's a real life killer, real life criminal case, a killer kind of similar to Zodiac, except I don't know if he taunted the press, but he would end up going around and killing couples making out in cars, which I don't know why people still do that, but obviously this is in the 80s. And I wish I could say that I really like this film. There's certain parts of it that I do, but overall I was kind of let down. But, And then I'm going to watch the old Arabella, the Black Angel, a little later tonight, because I know it's got boobs and everything else in it. It's a 89 slasher, or Giallo. It's funny, even in that the killer is still among us. This one guy goes, "Do you want to go see do you like Jolly?" They're showing one or something. So first time I've heard in a movie about classified as a Giallo. Actually, it's probably the only movie I've ever heard that come up. Yeah, I've watched that one, Darren. The Monster of Venice. There's also I downloaded it. Now I got to find it. There was a miniseries based upon the case, too, that I think was made in the last couple years. I'm not sure. I have to find it now. Ugh. Yeah, that movie about killed me, the Cannibal Terror. I was about passing out, just like I was last night with the Day of Judgment. But let's check in this box.
What do you got? Quit flashing your weapons.
Don't call the cops on me. Now I'm trying to remember where I got this to look into this, and I really don't remember. Oh, I remember what happened. Zavvi is having they got a Scream steelbook for the 4K that's coming out in the future. And I don't know how I got onto the clearance of Zavvi USA, and they have some Severin titles there. They did have the Dead and Buried, one of the 4K covers of that for like $20-something. I can't recall the exact price. Maybe it'd been 24 something, but it's gone now, so it doesn't matter. But they did have a title that for $10, and it is I'm pretty sure it's a 7 release. And since I have another, I guess you call it Neo Giallo, I guess if they're made now, Francisca, which if you haven't seen that, that's a decent one. I got bubbles. So this was no, actually this is a Cauldron film from Jesse over at Diabolic DVD. I think some of them are involved in Cauldron films. I didn't recall seeing any of the other releases, but this is from 2018, and I'm pretty sure it's Abracadabra, and it was on there for $10, $9.99. And of course, it's only a 70-minute movie, but it does a really good job of emulating a 70s type of giallo film. I mean, nothing's perfect, but I think it's pretty good. Who directed this? Actually, these are the guys who did Francesca. And they got another one I don't recall seeing, is Sohan Profunda. So I don't recall that one, but I'll have to check about that. So, decent film for $10 plus $5 shipping. But I decided I was going back and forth on what to get. But I'm a big fan of The Lawgiver. I wanted to get that one Lawgiver. Dana got me a Lawgiver Buddha, which is kind of cool. But this is a tiki. They had a bunch of the tikis on there too. If you want to check those out, they had like Alien and some other ones. So I'm not gonna be drinking out of this thing. And of course, these things were going for at least $40. This is pretty neat. I don't know why he's got a big scowl on his face. Usually the Lawgiver's got like a, stoic face, but this guy's squinting like he's, you know what? He's got to go to the bathroom or something. I don't know. Having problems. Ate too much cheese. I don't tell you. I'm not saying it. Thanks, John. Yeah. But so, if you're interested in just scan through the clearance at Zavvi USA. They have like I say, they got some movies and other junk. A lot of tikis they're trying to get rid of.
See that? I want to see what it looks like. I didn't see it.
Oh, it's from Mondo Tees.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, does he look like on the
Yeah.
outside of the box? Okay, you don't need to take him.
He's got like a grimace on his face or something, like he's constipated or.
He does look like he's constipated.
I don't know.
Maybe because he's a tiki thing.
Yeah, people drinking out of his head. Woo! Oh. Let me check on something real quick. It took about a week for this thing to come. Yeah.
Are you ordering more gum?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. Come on. All right, well, forget this. Damn it. All right. So, sorry. Hey, born to be rad. Sorry I missed some messages here. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just missing. I missed it because I was messing around on that other page. What's my favorite horror cover art? I don't know, but let's just say it's this. I think this is fucking cool as hell. The Psychomania. Now I gotta get this thing back. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Henry. I mean, obviously, but it's not a feel-good movie. And Scott, I have not seen the Man Behind the Monster documentary, but I will. Sure, DeadPit on DeadPit Radio, DeadPit on Patreon.com. Tiers start $1. I'll talk about February releases. Sure. Brad just finished 7 Girls for Satan, getting into some Paul Naschy movies. Well, I mean, there's the werewolf movies. If you haven't seen them, there's, I mean, depending on the titles, Werewolf versus the Yeti is really good. Werewolf Shadow or Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman or something. Those are the same movie. It's my favorite Paul Naschy movie because it has vampire lady and a werewolf fighting. Hello there, Ving. Okay. Panic Beats is not one of the werewolf movies, but it's really good. And also, DeadPit wants to let the shirts are 35% off right now. I might go buy one. Hello, Mr. Perry. I might get a nun shirt. Nuns don't get none. I like that. Yeah, the poster art and stuff. I mean, Phantasm and the alternate title, I think, or the alternate cover of Phantasm. I forgot with the lady with her hands like this, and you see the eyes on the other side. Okay, thanks, DeadPit on Patreon. It's one of the coolest. You can be a cool kid. Ooh, that's a good one. A J-Reel tank top. You could probably get that because they offer all kinds of different styles of shirts. A white J-Reel hoodie would be, you'd be kicking it quick, hard, and streetwise, everything. Paul Naschy, I mean, there's other werewolf. There's a couple more. Fury of the Wolfman, which is really bad, but you can get it on Blu-ray. It looks really good. It's not a good movie, but I don't know. I liked it. Werewolf versus Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf or something. Werewolf versus Dr. Jekyll with jumping Jack Taylor. That's good. So there's some really good one. Dracula's Great Love, where Naschy plays Dracula. That's pretty good. Howl of the Devil, which recently came out from Mondo Macabre, is really good because I think he pretty much dresses up as all the Universal monsters in that one. And has a nice twist at the end, but it also features the super hot Carolyn Monroe. Everybody's in, right?
Yeah.
I thought I heard somebody outside on the door.
Well, I'll go check.
I hope.
Make sure.
No, there, that door.
No, I know, but I'm going back here to make sure.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Eric, I have not heard that, but that would be a real FU to Severin. See, I was trying to get back on Shudder last night, but I did an upgrade and then I wiped out my login. Now I have to figure that out. Oh shit! Somebody at the door. All right.
Red was the only one I didn't see, and he was in the bedroom.
I found some more of those magnets.
And we can get them close to your computer.
Well, I mean they're not, but they're snapped together, so they're probably.
Dana's trying to install some software on my old computer.
Well, that was her, wasn't it? Huh. I was on the Severin site because I got the $20 code, and I was thinking about getting House by the Edge of the Park, but it says it was sold out when I was looking, so I was like, well, I guess I'll be holding on and waiting. Though it is listed on Amazon, but they're listing it for like $44 or something crazy. So I'm going to wait on that one because I'm not spending that type of money. I'm going to use this gift card to get me. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and get the Night of the Demon. But then I was like, eh. It's not great, but that hasn't stopped me before from watching movies. I mean, everybody likes some bad movies here and there. I mean, definitely the transfer looks a lot better than the DVD. I watched the DVD and it's kind of hazy compared to what screenshots I've seen. So we'll see. And I got some this double feature. If you haven't, there's a documentary I watched a long time ago. It probably was on either Sundance or Independent Film Channel back when they were actually what their name was, and it was called Driver 23. It's about this long-haired guy who was had a band called Dark Horse and was performing and stuff. And he was like, some of the weird stuff is he's making his own like studio and stuff, and he was just like putting foam on the wall, and then he also would make his own exercise equipment. It was it's kind of bizarre, but he was also like I don't know what he was some kind of driver. Obviously, he was a driver for some kind of delivery company or like UPS or FedEx or something. I don't recall, but I didn't know there was like a sequel or something called like Adam Moth or something like that. Also, he died. I didn't know that either, so I'm wanting to check out the. Oh, Atlas Moth is the name of the other film. I want to check that out. And I've been getting my working through the Shaw Brothers set. I watched Shaolin Temple, which I think there's another one with another film with Jet Li called that, but this one seemed like a prequel or something to the Executioners from Shaolin, but I don't think it is, but it could be. Yeah. Well, you definitely get. I mean, it's not horrible, especially when the 4K does not fix all that. The 4K upscale, which any of the players, but yeah, Exorcist 2, Pazuzu's Reagan is my favorite Reagan. I'll tell you that.
Exorcist 2's a horror fan.
She was nice and plump and hot as hell. They actually shut. Oh shit, Sammy, come on. They used to show that on the CBS late movie, and they would cut it down to like 75 minutes. And I think it really worked at 75 minutes. Another movie that they did that to was called Snow Beast, which I've had the Blu-ray of that for like a couple years. And it snowed one day or something like a week or so ago, and I watched it.
Oh, that movie's horrible.
And with Bo Svensson. And actually, I met Menu, that lady that was in it. She died recently over the last couple of weeks. But anyway, it was like an hour and 30-something minutes.
She just recently died?
Yeah, like in the last week or two.
Gosh, she must have been.
She was 80-something.
Oh, I figured she was over
But,
there.
yeah, that movie's not too good. But the 75-minute version probably be a lot better. But Exorcist 2, yeah, it's really... And I like the way that they had a director's cut or something of it, and it didn't make it any better.
You know, Snow Beast is on Tubi, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, Snow Beast. Rob Zombie's Snow Beast.
Gosh, she's gonna take freaking ages.
And that's kind of a funny movie because Bo Svensson is like 80 feet tall in this movie. I mean, everybody else is almost not as tall as him. And he gives off this weird grin. This movie was like in 77, I think. So this one was just before when he went to Italy to make the Inglourious Bastards. What's my favorite David Lynch film? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The TV version is probably the better version to watch. It cuts out a lot of goofiness. Yeah, I know, Jackson. I agree with you on that. I have not yet watched Lost Highway, so I need to watch that. I'm gonna have to say Mulholland Drive is like my favorite one because I'm thinking in my head how many times have I rewatched that versus something else. I've rewatched Fire Walk with Me a few times as well, but that one's really I went and saw that in the theater, and it was weird because there's some radio station. This is like in 2001 or so, was paying people's way in. So when I was gonna pay and everything, and they said, "No, you get in free." It's like, okay, great. So I thought it was a really, and especially hearing about it being an actual TV show that they were planning on doing, which would have ended up just like Twin Peaks. As far as probably wouldn't even lasted a whole season. I'm just guessing that, but I mean, that's just the way. And then it is a very strange film, but it definitely it has some wild and crazy element. Yeah, Blue Velvet I've watched a few times. I haven't watched it in a long time, but that's one. But I really, really need to watch Lost Highway. You don't have Lost Highway, do you, Dana?
I don't think so.
I think the TV series is better than the movie. So. Well, usually in my past, I've seen people on their lawnmowers driving on the street going to the liquor store because they got too many DUIs and can't drive anymore. But that didn't.
Can I ask, since somebody was talking about David Lynch, can I ask if anybody has seen these short films of David Lynch? Oh, and by the way, I like Eraserhead. But I don't know if that's my favorite one, but I like it. But there was a video or a DVD that had his short films on it. It's very bizarre.
Hey, Dirk. Yeah, I need to watch that. I mean, some films I'm not really caring if I ever see, but I've seen stuff about it and have an idea. But I'm sure it's just an overview of the film, and that's one I don't know. I almost think I've seen it. On VHS, obviously like in the late 90s, but hello, David 3. Have you seen Titane? And I have. And I'm not a big fan of it. It was like weird mixture of
somebody did see the short film with the rabbits, made them feel like they were on crack.
That's not good.
Yeah, but some of his stuff will make you feel like you're on drugs.
Oh, fuck. It got hot. But Titane, I didn't think I really cared for Raw. And, but the girl was not good looking. I mean, I don't think that really matters, but when you're acting like a model crawling all over a car, you might... I don't know. It's just having this weird element to the movie, and then you go through. Jackson Jack is saying he's losing sleep with that dear shirt.
It's giving me nightmares.
You've seen this stuff on the side, right?
That's where I've given my shot and I've bled.
Great. It's got her blood on it too, so.
But I mean, is he losing sleep because it's scaring him or what?
Well, I guess because it seems like you wear it all the time, even on here, which I don't think she wore. Did you just put that on earlier today, or did you? You didn't wear it yesterday.
No. No, I put it on today.
Okay. Well, at least you didn't wear it. Yeah.
Famous terrifying me with that shirt. Sorry, Jackson Jack.
I guess maybe I'm not smart enough or something to get to dive down into the girl who I mean it's implied that she kills her parents, right? Takes off, finds like some missing kid stuff, and decides that she's going to impersonate this kid. Shaves her head and breaks her nose, and then infiltrates or whatever that word is inside that guy's apartments and all this other. And the guy's old man, but he's shooting up steroids or something. Kind of sounds like me, but I'm doing legal steroids. And I'm not that. I don't look as old as that guy. I just found in the ending is insane to me. What happens? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't get the symbolism. Maybe it's a French thing. Yeah, Jackson Jack says, shouldn't you be wearing a shirt with the face of the one she loves the most, like me?
Oh, was you on it?
How often do I work out? I'm a real lazy person. I just work out on the weekends. Maybe in the summer, it'll be, my garage is not insulated. So maybe I can work out there. But then it gets summer. It's like someone turned on the heat, and now it's 100 degrees in there or more. So I do I switch gyms, and then it seemed to help me a lot because I've been going to this one gym for close to 18 years. And so or Schwarzenegger, that would have been good if he played the dad. Well, I had low testosterone, so I'm taking testosterone, so it doesn't, I don't think I've gotten that much angrier than I usually am. But it helps with, it definitely helps.
It was pretty cranky last night.
Yeah, I get cranky, but it helps with definitely with your metabolism because I've lost my love handles, which is kind of cool. So it does help some, but that and muscle tone and stuff. Arnold and Zeus, maybe. Dirk saying he loves Halloween Kills. Now, I have not watched the extended cut or whatever the new scenes they added in there. I won't. If I do, it'll just be on Uncle Bill. I'll choke him out and hang him from some weight equipment. But I'm not a big fan. I just think it doesn't make the writing there. I listen to some smart people on YouTube. Sometimes they'll do these film criticisms, and they went over the story, basically what they were doing with Halloween Kills in the pitch, and saying, well, no, she just stays in the hospital. We're going to do the same thing they did in Halloween 2, kind of stuff, and it was really good. Oh, Arnold as Zeus. We're talking about Zeus from No Holds Barred or the Olympic god Zeus. I think that would probably be a good role for him now. Of course, he almost killed some people. He had like a SUV and it ran. I don't know if he got hit or he hit somebody, but anyway, he ended up on top of their vehicle pretty much. His whole vehicle was kind of on top of it on the God. Yeah, that would be good. They should have done that in that Hercules movie with The Rock. I gotta find my cursor. Woohoo. But yeah. He looks like Santa. But they did recently announce, didn't they recently announce they're doing a 4K of Kill Bill 1 and 2, but I don't know why they just don't do. I have somebody put them together and put in the lost scene and stuff. And what year will the Shield reunite? Probably about 10 years from now. Because I don't think John Moxley's going to be going back anytime soon. I mean, I don't even pay for the WWE network anymore. Or not the Peacock. $5 was too much for me. I don't know. I guess you could put some music behind it, but it was these that kind of stuff was really like overbearing. The message part of it. I mean, we don't need that. Especially we don't need to see the guy's brains on the sidewalk where he's twitching. I mean, that was really not good. For 3 films, for the rest of my life, Jesus. I guess Roadhouse. I guess Deep Red. And I need a titty movie so I can jerk off. Probably like, what was that one? Loose Screws, or what was the other one? The one you got?
Screwballs.
Screwballs. There you go. Oh, God. Yeah, I know they made 2 movies of fucking Hercules. Or, no, you said Little Hercules. Oh, yeah, but the little kid. I think he gave it up. I think his father or somebody was pushing him into it. And then, of course, he rebelled. And then that was the end of, he just like, I think I saw him and he was like a, normal kid that doesn't work out. Skinny kid. Got Creature of the Black Lagoon on Blu-ray. That's a really good 3D Blu-ray if you have the options to watch it. I don't know if it came that way, but the one I bought with the Universal set. I'm not a super big. When I was a kid, they used to they showed 3D movies on TV, but you had to have the red and blue glasses, and they did show that one. And I mean, it's kind of hard to. I don't think that really works too much or too well, but the true 3D or whatever looks really good for a black and white film. I think sometimes it almost seems like that would be a better for black and white because they don't have to do all the, I guess, colors. I don't know. Gator Bait. Yeah, Gator Bait's good. I need to watch it again with Joe Bob on Shudder. I watched some of it. Yeah, they used to send them in TV guides or something. I don't remember. Oh, you ordered Sleep? I heard Wes talking about that, but I never. I haven't seen it. But yeah, Darren, Last Matinee is freaking awesome. It's one of the. I mean, I would say that's one of the best films of the last year or so. Just a Peruvian Giallo kind of a Dario Argento Giallo kind of tribute or homage. Well, it also has a little bit of anguish from the 80s. Little thing in there about it too. It's kind of really, really good. I think it's great. And the Blu-ray looked really good because I had a digital copy. And I mean, it looked fine there, but the colors and everything pop on Blu-ray. Just my opinion. The Last Manatee. But yeah, I would. That was a really cool find. Do you like Malignant? Yeah, Dirk, I really liked it a lot. I think that's one of my favorite films of last year as well. I rewatched it over Christmas break, and I still liked it. I'm holding out hopes that it'll be a 4K release because I really don't want to buy it on Blu-ray. But, when you have a 4K player, it upscales it to a degree. So I mean, the differences between a Blu-ray, if it's really produced right, it looks really good. So if they're not going to release one, I'll end up getting the Blu-ray here probably before the end of the year, maybe on Black Friday or something. Yeah, I did see the big set. They're having Henry Portrait of a serial killer come out on 4K.
Are they?
Yeah, but I just don't understand how that film kind of looks grungy to begin with. So I'm not sure how that's, but but it's like a big packaging and stuff. Who was there? Oh yeah. See if there's anything I missed as far as releases. Of course, New Year's Evil. Dana's gonna get that. Oh yeah. Well, this is in Germany though. The Bride with White Hair. It comes with a big booklet and stuff, but it's probably in German, so I'm not going to be getting that. That is a good film, too. And that sequel. Oh, nice. Yeah. It is a little out there, Jackson. I don't know, but there's something about, especially when it was in Seattle and they went to the Seattle Underground for little bits of it. It kind of reminded me of the Night Strangler, with Kochak and stuff. There's all kinds of, I don't know. I just dug it. Yeah, the new Wicker Man set, that's a lot of money. That's true. I've purchased movies a bunch of times, but then now I'm kind of iffy because, like, with Mulholland Drive, I know a 4K from Criterion came out, and I'm like, I got the newest Blu-ray. It looks super good. I'm not going to upgrade, at least for now, and I don't think I will. They're going to come out with a standard release of the Wicker Man on 4K. I'm sure. Do I get rid of the old ones when you upgrade? Usually, we were taking them to there's a book and music exchange place where you can sell your shit to them and they'll give you store credit and you can go through and pick out stuff and spend money that way without spending real money. So, or sell them. Dirk saying, have you seen Something Wicked This Way Comes? Yes, but it's been a long time. It was alright. Obviously it's not super, because it was a Disney movie back when Disney was trying to find its way of releasing films. Yeah, it's been a few releases of The Wicker Man. I used to have the wooden box that came out. Yeah, Jackson, I think that's how you spell Kochak. I got the new Blu-ray of the series, and the first episode I watched was really good. Do I rip them to the drive or play the disc? Usually just play the disc. I have digital copies of some films. Me and Wes and some other guys have it was on Vudu, but it's on something now where we take all the digital codes and either trade them for other movies or use them there. So we have like a ton of movies on this one account. So we use it to watch them. But really, I rarely use that because I don't really care about watching them. There's some movies I don't have, and they definitely streaming versus certain, unless you get a certain kind of file format that has a lot of quality in it. Proud. Dream a Little Dream is coming out from Vestron. I saw a lot of people buying the Candyman 3 Blu-ray. How long were you the only DeadPit member around? I don't know. I think I was late to the ball game I think I was either a year or under a year late to the party. There used to be something called the horrorchannel.com or something, and I always saw their listing on there, and I finally clicked on it one day and found out they were from the same state, and everything happened. Yeah, TV shows, especially Tubi and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm carrying it, but I can't do it late. I have to carry it before 7 or 8. Because I'll fall asleep. Snap. 2012. They had some really good years. But things just slow down. People get married, so shit goes crazy. That would be good, Darren. House with the laughing windows. Yeah. Thank you, Eerie Guts. Yeah, I think West got revitalized over the pandemic shutdowns of everything, and that kind of brung everything back big time. So everybody's got their own little niche and part to play. Saint Maud is $10 on Amazon. I mean, I was okay with it, but I mean, I'm not a big deal. J Real, yeah, I remember watching, a lot of the Texas stuff when they went to Frightmare. I really like to go there, but I don't think it's a really good time to go anywhere. Ooh. Well, only one person kicked her out of the band. Yeah, and plus I don't think he lives that close anymore. I don't really know where these towns are back where they I've been to Wes's house. But I haven't been to Aaron's new house or his grandmother's house. She broke up the band. Oh, cool. Cool, Derek. Thank you. The Farmer. Did everybody... Was it Dana? Did Dana... No, I don't think Dana hated Jess. She liked her. I mean, she was all right. Jess was fine, but,
I don't hate anybody.
Yeah. But the Farmer thing came out a week or so ago. I have never seen The Farmer, but I did order a copy. I think it sounds like it's a lost gem, but that never means that could be just a a boring piece of shit, but we'll see whenever it comes out next month or so. Cauldron. Depends on where you get it. Now, there's a website called Capstone, which I ordered Fury the Wolfman, and they never sent me any tracking information, and I was like, I got it, but I'm never ordering from them again. Diabolic has it for I paid like $30 or so, $33 shipping, or shipped, so it's not too bad. Ebola Virus, I really like that film, even though it is disturbing in some things, because that's just kind of like those movies are. They're so crazy over the top that you really can't take any of the really other stuff seriously, because, I mean, when a guy's walking around Africa and he just randomly screws a sick African woman on the side by a lake, and he gets Ebola and takes it back, and he chops up his boss and his wife and makes hamburger patties, I really don't think you're supposed to take that too seriously. If you can, if you think that's going to happen, then, but, you know, most of those films are really insane, and that's why I like the Cat 3 movies. Yeah, Scott, I mean, it probably will come up on something. I wouldn't doubt it come up on Shudder at some point, but who knows? Code Red. Yeah, Code Red was supposed to release The Farmer at some point. No, I never got the urge to eat Dana's hand or elbow watching the Ebola Virus.
I'm glad.
There's some pretty good Grand Slam. It's coming out from Kino. It's kind of like a caper movie, but it's a kind of a Euro movie. It's got some really... I watched it a long time ago. No Ebola here. Yeah, I like bad shit movies. I watched The Devil, which I think Massacre Video put out, and it was insane stuff. These people put all kinds of shit in their mouth, like worms, snakes, and let them crawl out for the stuff. And I mean, I don't know how the fuck they would do that, but that's a good one too, because there's a twist in the movie, and it's so kind of funny. What was my favorite member of the NWO? Come on. Had to be Vincent or Buff Bagwell. I mean, Brad. Robotrix. Yeah, I've seen that. I really like that one too. Yeah, I've got that Bollywood Nightmare rip-off. I got a few of those. But the only thing about those Bollywood movies are like over 2 hours long, and they have at least 3 song and dance numbers. Hey, Scratch, you got it, man. Ding dong. You know what's up. When you have a character named Ding Dong in your movie and it's a little kid, you got me. DeadPit on Patreon asking me who takes the men's Royal Rumbles tonight. I thought Sunday night. I have no clue, and I don't really care anymore about the WWE. I know Mickie James is coming back from and she's in TNA or Impact. I was like, why are they doing that? I don't know if there's any different cuts of Spookies, to be honest. I don't think there are. I know they took some movies and slapped them together. I liked the soundtrack of Dream a Little Dream for a while. I used to play it on my cassette player. Yeah, Indonesian movies seem to be different, Jackson. Yeah, Mystics of Bali, And I watched the Queen of Black Magic, Lady Killer, or not Kill, Lady Terminator. Those films are like ultra insane, and they don't have the Bollywood song and dance. Yeah, Royal Rumble's tomorrow. Yeah, Lita's in the Rumble. I heard that. Yeah, if they do ever sell out, sell the company, but you know that there's going to be some little hitch where they still have some kind of control, and that sucks. But I don't know. I'm watching AEW, and GCW had a pay-per-view, and it was pretty cool. I still have not watched very much of the Wrestle Kingdom. The Warrior, yeah, with Barry Primo. Yeah, but man, I tell you what, yeah, anytime most of these crazy films, if I see Indonesia and something like that, I know it's going to be insane. Thai is pretty good. Who was it? What did they say? Uncle Freddie. He was Typhoon, I think. I was watching a documentary on Pride Championships on YouTube. They had a 2-parter, and it was really interesting about some stuff. They were really insane fighting, beating the shit out of each other. Yeah, Eric. NXT, I stick around for 1 or 2 shows after they became 2.0, and I'm not looking. I think Cornette called it unicorn vomit. And why are we going back to fucking characters like stupid people, like a fucking Tony Soprano talking dude or something? Do we really need that? And do we really need some other bullshit like that? So Jackson's saying, have I watched any silent movies? Yeah, there's some. I mean, I watched A Man Who Laughs. That's a really good one. Some of the Lon Chaney ones, The Unknown, he's in there with Joan Crawford, really young. That's a really good one. Johnny B. Bad, yeah. Yeah, I've seen Censor. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it flowed very well to me, but, as it went on, you could see the big crazy, how the character was becoming a little bit insane. And then what reality was versus her view on reality. Man, I wish I could have something like that where I think everything's going great and really it's going to shit, but I don't know it. That would be, I'd like to see that. Yeah, he was kind of the Joker look. London After Midnight, the Turner Classic Movie reconstruction. I've watched that a couple times. Slashers from 2001. I did see that, but it's been 20 years. I mean, probably 2002 or so. I remember seeing that. And Nosferatu, I forgot about that one, yeah. And I don't think I've seen, if I had, it's been years of Metropolis. It seems like I saw the one with all the music and stuff that they did. I listened to the song Living After Midnight. Favorite decade of horror? I don't know. I would have to say maybe the 80s, but, the 70s or 80s, but, You know, when I was a kid, it was all about the Universal monsters and Hammer. So that would, you know, they started in the late 50s and 60s. So, oh yeah, fucking Tombstone. Oh shit, it's gonna be next year before it comes out on 4K. Shit.
Tombstone? I thought
Yeah.
it was coming out soon.
I don't know about that. I'll have to look about the vinegar syndrome stuff. No, I haven't seen that one, Jackson. Let's take a look at the package here. I'll tell you, man. I don't know about that. That would be crazy, Blair. If that's true. But I'm not a big fan of Dead Heat, but you know. But that one movie, that Master of the World, I watched. I found a version of it, and it was. It's kind of like a Quest for Fire, but I don't know. Quest for Fire I've seen years ago, but I'm not really eager to revisit that. Yeah. Yeah. Once you did La Bamba, that was pretty much you were a made man. And I saw Renegades with him and Kiefer in the theater when I was in the Army. Well, The Exorcist is, but when I was a kid, they showed, it was 79, they showed Salem's Lot, and that miniseries, and I was so scared I could not go to sleep because that got me so scared of vampires. I was scared of vampires when I was fucking 20 years old or something, because when I go to sleep, I would pull the covers way up around my neck so they couldn't get my neck. And now, once I got to be an adult, I was begging for the vampires to come and get me, so I would just leave my neck undone and said, please kill me. Please come in my room and bite my neck.
You thought the kid floating outside the window was what was creepy.
Yeah, I mean, everybody thinks that.
No, I thought that the cemetery guy in the rocking chair when he comes to the teacher's house, that was creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot, honestly, that I'm, as far as Vinegar Syndrome, I only got the Forgotten Jolly. I don't see, Curfew, I watched a little bit of. I think I've seen it before, but Fortress of America, I don't know if I've ever seen that, but I may not need to see it. Probably, Jackson. I mean, I'm a very late bloomer. I don't know if I was or not, really, but I mean, I think I still did that.
Well, you were 9 or 10 whenever that come out on TV, weren't you?
I was 9, yeah. I was 9. Yeah, I ain't seen a good werewolf movie in a while. There's a dog over there.
Anything would be better than those wolf cop movies or whatever the heck.
Another wolf cop.
I didn't want
You got to see Wolf Cock.
I didn't care about it.
New release. Out of stock. And it's $38, the house on the edge of the park.
Might as well just get it from Amazon.
I got $20 off.
Oh, well.
I don't know. Hopefully it's better than that, Jackson. Which the Batman, it does look pretty good. I'm going to definitely go see it. I know, but they said it's Shit, is it almost 3 hours? I mean, it's a pretty long movie. I hate that shit when they make the movie. Oh, I think The Dark Knight was really incredible. When I saw that, I was like, this is a really good movie. I'm not going to pick up, I'm not picking up Don't Go in the House. I mean, which version are you getting, Dana? Of Don't Go in the House, the Arrow version? He's saying Severin's going to put it out, too.
Severin's what I got.
But aren't you, Don't Go in the House, you got a new one coming out, right?
That's the one I'm getting.
You getting the Severin? He's saying Arrow's got one.
Yeah, but it's not coming out till later.
He says putting it out. It says something about a 4-hour version. I don't know if anybody could wrestle that movie for.
There's a composite version or something that's got the TV stuff in there with the other one.
Well, there's some of that. The series, or I don't know. Hey. That's speaking of, man, I finished up Archive 81 on Netflix. I really like that one. Then I started on We're All Dead or something. It's a Korean zombie series. Takes place at a high school. That's a pretty good. I'm not 3 episodes in. I need to watch The Lighthouse, but I mean I'm in like no, I started to, and then I got a little crazy. I haven't watched the Ozarks. I probably have to try to get back into that or watch it. Yeah, Dirk, Thriller, back in the day. John Landis. That's back when Jackson could do whatever, and I mean he could pull in people like that. And yeah, I have heard of that. House Where Evil Dwells. There's I'm not sure, but that does sound like a TV movie. Or it's I'm getting it confused. Oh, they moved to Eddie Albert and Susan George. They moved to Japan, and there's like a haunted house in Japan. I remember that one. You can sign up for maybe a trial on Epix on Prime Video channels and watch it. But even with Severin, I'm not really looking. I mean, Bloody Pit of Horror, I watched it last weekend, and it looks incredible. So, Dark and Wicked was good. To a degree, but there's certain films I don't. It's almost like I don't know what to call them. Like they start or they end with something, but there was some filler or it almost seems like it was something good was going to start happening and then it ends. And sometimes that works and sometimes that wrestler. Well, I mean, Roddy Piper would be one of the wrestlers turned actors. I don't really know of any others off the top of my head. I need to get. I was thinking about getting Raiders of Atlantis, but I decided to hold off on that from Severin. I'm not a big Hulk Hogan fan. That shit works. I mean, when you're a kid, I guess, but I don't know. I just never was in it to that point. There's something happened. Something happened there. Yeah, Ventura was good, and I mean, as far as I haven't heard his politics and stuff, I kind of like his stuff for. I wish that at some point, I think he got tied up with that the ridiculous person. He was and it run his reputation, even though he didn't, because he sued him, and he sued him after he was dead. That's not American sniper guy who got killed by unstable veteran at a gun range, which is probably not a good idea. But I think that run his reputation, or at least in some way, because he said in a book that he beat up Jesse Ventura at a bar and stuff. But who's who? What?
Who you were talking about?
This some guy who was an American sniper.
Oh, that guy that wrote that book.
Yeah, and he's dead. He got killed by another veteran.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry he's dead, but when
yeah,
he was alive, he was
and that movie
dead.
is ridiculous. The Beast in Heat, Brad. Yes, I have seen that, and the Blu-ray is great for that because it's got a documentary about Nazi exploitation. Also, if you're interested in Nazi exploitation, on that Zavi USA site underneath the clearance, they have the Gestapo's last orgy, and it's like in the $20 range, like $24 or something. So I think that might, Chris Kyle, thanks Dirk. It's been a long time since I heard the name, but I mean, I have no clue what happened. That was, I mean, give me a break. I mean, I don't watch Jesse Ventura, but I've seen enough of him to know that's not, he's not doing that. Dave Bautista, actually, he's really, really good. Sure, Brad. It's a crazy film, but I mean, I don't know if it's not the best Nazi exploitation movie. I think Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS, is probably the better. But this one's obviously this one's Italian, and it's insane. With the guy playing the Beast, who is in Heat. But the documentary is the one. It's got the documentary on it, so obviously that really ups the value because it's like 90 minutes long. I don't know. Have you ever done any retrospectives on Stephen King movies and stuff?
I was going to, but I haven't.
Oh, Dana might do it one of these days. Red on her channel. Was it Evil Dead Chick? Your channel? Evil Dead Chick is her channel on YouTube.
Or that you might want to put Deadites on Deck.
Deadites on Deck.
It might get it to come up too. So.
Yeah, Darren, I did get the Lindsay Baker set, and they were definitely cool. I mean, I listen to Pizzow sometimes, but not on a regular basis because I just don't, just doesn't happen. I mean, it's nothing against anybody. It's just time and, what you kind of like. I watch Master Chaos sometimes. I saw him and he talked to Wes and Aaron. Probably after I was asleep. I know he's in California or something, so. Dana, you want to do any talking, or are you good to?
Yeah, I can.
If you want. I want to pass it over to Dana Lynn to round out the show.
Yeah, hold on just a second. I just want to check.
Well, Dirk, I think it was both, really. I mean, they did mix a lot of genres. Yeah, I saw that Region Free. I maybe I'll check one of those out. I haven't checked that particular one out. Yeah, and he's got the room down, doesn't he? I don't have a monitor and all that crap. But yeah, he's got a room. But yeah, I think Malignant was him just doing what he wanted to do, and Uh, it was just, I just thought it was great. So, I mean, I know it does take a while to get going, and it is like maybe an hour and 40 some minutes, 50 minutes. So, you know, it could have been trimmed down a little, maybe, but you know, it was fine. Like I say, I'm waiting on the Last Night in Soho. I'm gonna wait on getting that as well on 4K. I just figure I can wait a little while and it'll come out.
I don't know why.
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to take something out of the host file and save it, and it won't even let me do that on my new computer.
Okay, you have to. Well, first you say it's a text file.
I was saving it as a text file.
No, you don't save it as a text file. Do you see all the other ones? It's not supposed to be a text file.
Well, you open it up in Notepad.
Yes.
What I wanted to take off was the Cyberlink stuff.
Where's that at?
Down at the bottom.
Both
Those
of those?
2 lines. I bet you it won't let you save it.
No, what you do is.
Okay. Well, it keeps giving me permission errors on all my...
Well, you can't. That's something you can't do with inside that folder. You have to do it outside and copy it back in, or delete it and copy it in. So.
Well, I should have opened it up in Notepad, I guess.
But anyway, here's Dana Lynn, everybody. Yeah. Well, there are a few. I mean, like, you can find some of the ones that they've made over the recent years, like Francesca and Abracadabra. I'm not saying they're great, but they're pretty good. They need to make a really, really great one. There's no reason they can't. But, you know, here's Dana.
They may not want to talk to me.
It's Dana. It's my wife, Dana. Everybody talk to Dana. Tell her about Dana.
No, I might scare Jackson Jack again. I'm not sure. Hey guys, sorry Jackson Jack about the shirt scaring you. I guess I need to get since T-Public or whatever has got a sale going on again. Maybe I need to get the other version of my shirt. Either that, or as you guys say, order one with Steve on it, and then he can wear mine and I can wear his. I guess, maybe. But anyway. Hey, Dirk. Hey, Scott. Hey, Brad. Hey, Blair. Steve's in there saying my name. I don't know why. But, anyway, I'd got out my Analog Nightmares book that I got not very long ago, and I'm planning on maybe, if I can watch a few of these, doing a shot on video live stream here soon. But I need to see if I can track down, because I've seen Boarding House recently and I've seen Sledgehammer, both of those recently. But The Bleeder is the one from 1983 that's only like 80 minutes long that I need to see if I could track it down. Basically, it's about an escaped lunatic terrorizing an all-girl rock band after their bus fails in the woods. So, sounds kind of interesting. I don't expect it to be a good film, being as it's shot on video. It's a Swedish slasher. Is anybody familiar with The Bleeder or Bladeren from 1983. So it's evidently produced by the editor of pop magazine OKEJ. It was an attempt to capitalize on American horrors popular at the time. But Swedish censors were notoriously stringent in the 1980s. In other words, the film couldn't be excessively violent or bloody, but it thankfully compensates with enthralling performances and wild chase sequences. So, I don't know. I want to give it a try if I can locate it. Either I'll try to find it on YouTube or something, or see if Steve can download it if possible. Dirk, you say you haven't seen it, but it's always good to get recommendations. If you can find it, one of those two ways, on YouTube, or you never know, somewhere like Tubi might have it. Lately they've had quite a bit of stuff on there. You've got it on a hard drive, Darren? So okay. And then I guess I'm going to try to watch them kind of in order from this book. I guess the next one, after I find Bleeder and watch it, is one called Blonde Death, also from 1983.
21 people watching, Dana.
Yeah.
Watching you.
Yeah. So, Steve, you know anything about Blonde Death?
I don't know. Do you have let me see. Where's it at? I think I have it.
Okay.
It's a shot on video, ain't it?
Yeah, these are all shot on video.
I mean, I heard about it somewhere and downloaded it, but I've never
Bleeder was the other one.
I've never heard of that one.
It's a Swedish slasher.
Is it a shot on video?
Yeah, all these are shot on video.
God.
These, but I've already seen Boarding House recently and Sledgehammer recently, so I was gonna start with those other two.
Revenge of the
Closet
Kid is on Patreon. You can watch that.
That's what Steve calls it, Revenge of the Closet Kid. He calls Sledgehammer that. Darren says he's got the Bleeder on a hard drive, so.
Whoa.
Blair's asking who is winning the Royal Rumble tonight. I wouldn't know, Blair, because I'm not watching it. Unfortunately, I was trying to get some software to work on my new PC and not able to get it to work on the new PC, so I've still got my old PC hooked up as well, so I may end up having to use the software on it. Things is a hard watch, Dirk. I watched that when Joe Bob showed it. And it is very hard to watch. And Eric, you say the Bleeder from 83 is pretty good, but Blonde Death is kind of slow. Okay. Scott, since you brought up Britt Baker, I'm not as big of a watcher, I guess, of wrestling as like the DEADPIT boys and Steve and stuff like that. But I do watch it, and even though I guess Britt Baker is set up as kind of like, I don't know if you would call her a heel, I guess you would. But I just like her. There's something I like about her. She's just entertaining to watch. Let's see. Yes, Scott. I did know that Joe Bob was having a special coming up, and I figured it would be a Valentine's Day special. Kentucky C, you say you'd rather watch feeders than things. And Dirk, you say you don't watch wrestling anymore. I don't think Steve is kind of particular about what kind of wrestling he watches anymore. Um, I think he's quit watching a lot of the stuff he used to. He used to watch NXT. He used to watch Raw. He pretty much doesn't watch those anymore. Yeah, Blair, I knew she was a dentist. I was like, how cool would that be to have Britt Baker as your dentist? Um, yeah, Scott, I would definitely want her to be my dentist if I was in Florida. Wow, you haven't watched wrestling in 20 years, Kentucky C. Um, but yeah, anyway, guys, I probably will be watching, trying to locate and watch a few of these out of this Analog Nightmares book, and then do a live stream on it, and then I'll watch a few more and do another live stream. Uh, Dirk, I'm not sure what Dexter's New Blood is.
It's like a continuation of Dexter.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. I tried to watch it, but for some reason I couldn't get into it. But hey, if you do get the Lost Jello set 4 and watch the Black Angel movie, go to audio settings. The menu is amazingly awesome with this hot chick. So.
But you got to go to the audio menu
Well,
to get the
they're showing a
full
clip
thing.
from the movie, so if you want to see something good for right off the bat, you can go to
Where
audio.
you see boobies or something?
You damn yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve, as most guys are, is big into boobies. So, and there's my little girl back there, but she just ran away. Um, yeah, Dirk, you mentioned Dexter's New Blood. You know, I don't. I guess maybe it's my fault that I don't make time for myself to watch a lot of these shows. It just seems like there are so many on now. I don't know how Steve keeps up with all of them. Um, I'm still, like back in the day when there was like miniseries was a big deal when the next Stephen King miniseries came out. But now there's just so much stuff on the streaming channels that I just can't keep up with it. I just have to pick a few favorites and watch them. But Steve's always telling me about something new he's discovered that I'm like, how in the world do you even know about this stuff? And then how do you keep up with it? And I mean, I don't know if people just periodically check things like Netflix and stuff like that. I got out of watching Netflix only for Stranger Things, and I don't even know when Stranger Things is going to come back on again or if ever. Um, but Netflix used to have good movies on there. Now it seems like they got crappy stuff on there as far as the movies are concerned. Now, Steve talks like the shows that they have on there. I guess their Netflix exclusives or whatever are good, but Scott, you say Ozark's latest season was not good. The Ozark, Steve, is that a show too?
On Netflix.
See, I'm just totally out of the loop on that.
Got me a tall boy for tonight, boy.
He's got water. It's mountain water called Liquid Death. Yeah, Dirk, I started watching Dexter, back when it was first on, and then I kind of got out of the habit of watching it, and then just I totally lost track of it. But Darren, you said the best thing on Netflix is the serial killer docu series. Um, yeah, I like stuff like that. I guess that goes back to my morbid curiosity about liking to watch stuff like that. Um, Oh, okay. So I'm confused about this too, Dirk. There's going to be a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I guess I'm out of the loop on that too. Um, is it like? I mean, is it going to be a reimagining, retelling, or is it just going to be a continuation? Or maybe Darren can answer that too. Or is it going to be a show? Because I. Oh, on Netflix. Okay. Oh, man. Well, and I think I heard Steve say this too. The the Chucky show, I like the Chucky show better than the like maybe the last couple of Child's Play movies. Um, I thought the show was better than that because I thought I don't know what was it, Curse of Chucky or whatever, and the one after that I don't think I cared for those. Uh Lord. I wish they'd give it up with stuff like that, really. With the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and stuff like that. Just quit trying to do anything with them because, in my case, I'm a huge fan. I'm probably almost as huge a fan of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre as Joe Bob Briggs is. And I don't know. I just didn't much care for, the sequels were okay. Even the fourth one with Matthew McConaughey and them in it, I thought was at least entertaining. But, when they started rebooting it and stuff like that, I didn't really care for those. Um, Matt, you asking if I'm excited for Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer 4K. I don't know if I want to say excited because, as Steve says, that's not a feel good movie, but I pick and choose certain times that I want to watch it. It is a very gritty, ugly, depressing um, movie, and not really one that I want to. It's not fun like a regular old slasher movie is, and probably because of its connections with Henry Lee Lucas and Otis or Otis Toole, the guy that I guess kind of had a friendship for a while with Henry Lee Lucas, but yeah, they were both crazy asses. But Otis Toole was the guy that one time he said he was the guy that killed Adam Walsh and cut that poor boy's head off, and I just anybody that could kill anybody, I'm definitely not going to have any respect for them and all that. But anybody that would cut a 6-year-old child's head off and leave it in a ravine or whatever, and they never found the rest of poor Adam Walsh's body, that was just a horrible, horrible thing. And Adam, the TV movie, I remember when that came out, but I was quite young when the TV movie came out, and so I didn't really focus on it until many years later. But I do remember my mom telling me that the child's head was cut off. And they make no bones about that. There's a whole scene where where Adam Walsh's parents get the phone call that they found their boy's head, and it's just, even though that is a reenactment, that scene where they get the phone call is just horrifying. It's very, very hard to watch. Probably the hardest thing I've ever had to watch on TV. But anyway, I probably will will buy it to answer your question, Matt, when it does come out on 4K. Leatherface 2017 was unwatchable, Darren. I can believe that. And Scott, you say it was bad as well. Uh, John, I have seen Splatter University, sadly more than once. Um, and Steve and I actually did a commentary for it a while back. Yeah, I would agree. It is pretty bad, but it's a fun trauma film. And, it's really good to do a commentary over because there's so many things that you can make fun of in that movie. Um, Eric, you say Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer is very messed up. It was only shot in 16 millimeters, so it's not going to be too much of an upscale, but I'm definitely getting it for the collectibles that comes with it. Yeah, that is one of those films where you got to be in a really good mood to watch it because if you're already depressed, that's going to bring you way, way down to a level that you don't even want to be at. Um, oh gosh, Scott, you know what? I'm not really sure. It could have been just a DVD release by them. I get confused sometimes of the movies that Trauma actually released or produced as opposed to ones that they just released. Um, because things like they did a release of Christmas Evil or You Better Watch Out, but it wasn't actually produced by Trauma. Um, and there were other movies that were done that way, but they're not coming into my brain right now. Um, so I'm not really sure on that one. Um, I want to say that it was just released by them, but I could certainly be wrong on that. I'm not right on everything. Um, but I don't know if Red's still in here, but they were asking about a Stephen King retrospective. Um, and I did mention earlier, but I'll mention it again. I am planning on doing a retrospective of Stephen King films. It may have to be more than one video because there are quite a few Stephen King films. If I was to to cover several of them. Yeah, The Children was another one. Yeah. I was trying to. I don't want to seem like I'm rambling here. Unfortunately, I'm still dealing with it, whatever this illness is that I'm having, and you guys may or may not be interested in the troubles I've had with it, but I think the last time I talked to Darren when we did our the Eurocult show with him. Um, I think I thought my emergency sick leave had been approved, but they messed it all up and they told me it was only approved for the week of the 12th and I had to reapply, and it just this past week I thought I had emergency sick leave. Turned out Wednesday I didn't have it. So I spent the latter part of the week trying to get that all straightened out, and as of now, it's still, I still don't know. I don't know if because I reapplied if they're going to give it to me or not. So I may just end up having to use vacation days and stuff like that to cover for this past week because I was sick and I didn't think they want me coming in. Spreading germs around and stuff. Um, Eric, you say Michael Rooker is a great actor, though, to play something so disturbing and still do films where he is a great guy. Shows how great of an actor he is. Yeah, I've seen other actors do that. I mean, I don't. I know many of you probably don't consider Ted Raimi a great actor, but if you watch him in Skinner, he's pretty damn disturbing in Skinner as a serial killer that skins people and runs around in their skins. But Ted Raimi also can play, really endearing and humorous characters like Joxer on the Xena series. So, I think he's a very versatile actor as well. Uh, Dirk, I don't think I have seen Aqua Slash. I think I've heard of it, but I have not seen it. It may be possible that Steve has. Scott, you say you've had a cough all month, but luckily you work from home. Well, see, we can work from home some, but they're trying to get us back in the office as much as they can, and they really don't want us teleworking that much. So it's just a crapshoot with that. Thank you, Dirk. I hope I get to feeling better too. Eric, you love Ted Raimi? Yeah, I do too. He's just one of those. I don't know. I not that Steve's nerdy. He's like a movie nerd or movie geek. I mean, but I tend to be attracted to that nerdy aspect with guys, and Ted Raimi certainly fits that bill for me. Um, Now, Steve doesn't look like a nerd. I just mean that he's a movie geek, movie nerd, and maybe that's what attracted me to him in that respect, because he liked the same kind of stuff basically that I do. But so I had gotten a few movies in. Like I finally got the Scream Factory releases of Halloween 4 and 5, and I'll probably be having the first Halloween from Scream Factory coming soon. I really want to watch them when I can see what the Dolby Atmos sound is like on those, as well as, see what this new transfer is like. Scott, I did meet Ted Raimi at I want to say it was at a Horror Hound convention that I met Ted Raimi. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know. I don't think it was Ted Raimi being unfriendly or anything, but that was one of those cases where I was really excited to meet him, but then when I met him, it was just kind of underwhelming. He was very nice and very cordial and accommodating and all of that. Um, the only drawback was, and I don't know who came up with his prices. I don't know if his handler came up with the prices or his manager or whatever, or he came up with the prices, but his prices for like autographs and selfies at his table had went up exponentially in just a year or so, or maybe even a few months. So I was just like, I'm not gonna pay, uh, $40 for an autograph and then turn around and pay $20 for a picture at his table um, that I take with my own phone. Um, I'm just not going to do that. So I paid for a picture, but I didn't get an autograph from him. Let's see. Dirk, you say you always wanted to see a Carrie versus Firestar type of movie. Now that's an interesting idea. I don't know at this point if anybody would even consider it. But I kind of wish they would, because I kind of wish that I could see what they would do with it. Yeah, Blair. Sadly, it did used to be $20 for an autograph and a picture, and now things have just went completely out of control. And sometimes I will do it, and sometimes I say, screw it, I'm not doing that. Now, I really wanted to meet. Unfortunately, I was out of funds, didn't have the extra funds to go to Scarefest this past year and meet Michael Berryman like I wanted to. But even with him, I was just planning on not getting his autograph. I was just going to get a picture with him and pay for that. Because I'm kind of to the point of the autographs don't mean so much. It's the going up and meeting someone and having a picture that says, hey, I met this person, they mean more to me than the autographs. Because what am I going to do with the autograph unless I get so destitute that I've got to sell all these autographs off to eat or something? What are we really going to do with those things? So it's becoming more and more important to me to get a picture with them and to meet them. You say, damn, that's higher than a cat's face. Erie, you say, Ted Raimi totally lied once and told me the show was making him charge for photos. Found out that wasn't the case. That was right before people started charging for photos at the table at shows. Yeah, I don't know if just one person decided they'd start doing it and then seeing how many people fell for that, and telling all these other guests at these shows to do it and see, you can double your money or triple your money or whatever. Yeah, but that's bad that Ted Raimi lied to you, though. But I guess they probably would be lying if anybody told you that the show was making them pay or making them charge for photos. Because I don't think any of the event promoters make the guests charge for photos, do they?
Those photo ops.
Yeah, but Ted Raimi told this guy that the show was making him charge for photos.
I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know.
Dirk, you say Texas Frightmare's coming up, ready to meet Robert Englund, Heather Langenkamp, Nev Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard, Jamie Kennedy, and Bill Mosley. You better have a lot of money, Dirk, especially if you're wanting to get autographs from all these people.
I mean, there's a convention coming up at the end of March, Horror Hound in Cincinnati, and they've got a lot of the Scream people there, but the main thing I like going is, especially with Horror Hound and Days of the Dead, they usually have like Severin or Vinegar Syndrome there, or both, and you can usually get deals.
See, I want to meet Joe Bob again. I've met him twice already, but I want to meet him again and talk to him and Darcy.
Also, if you have IFC, they're showing Mystery Science Theater right now, so you can.
Are they?
Hellcats, which is a good one. But anyway, you gonna keep going or you end?
Well, if nobody has anything else to ask me or comment on, I probably will close this sucker down.
You will?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you close it down then.
Well, you can close it down, but I just want to make sure nobody else wanted to ask me anything.
All right.
Well, it's been fun with you guys, but Jay's here. Was Jay here when you were? Hey, Jay. You swore off autographs but broke it for Joe Bob. He's a swell guy. He is really, really cool guy. Very, very accommodating, and so is Darcy. If you've not met her, I highly recommend meeting her too, because she seems really sweet. You have a good night too, Darren. Oh, thank you, Blair. Good night. Oh, thoughts on the Manuel movie? Steve will have to talk about that.
I really like them a lot because they got boobs and bush and butts. I like them.
All on a chick that's a lot sexier than I am, so. But, okay. I'll see y'all soon, hopefully, with a new live stream.
Yeah, you can do the Stephen King movies, Dana.
Well, I think I'm going to do some of these shot on video things.
Thanks for showing up and everything. Good night, everybody. Thank you. There we go.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
not.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on
No,
YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell. Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.